doctors, bus drivers, pilots, cops, people in the public interest, they should be drug tested. But we seem to be most concerned with drug testing athletes, and I don't get that at all. Like, I'm an Indianapolis Colts fan. I don't care if Andrew Luck's got a crack pipe hanging from his neck. I don't. As long as he throws it to the right team. That's what I care about. And what's interesting to me is that my favorite quarterback to watch is Peyton Manning. Yeah. But he throws interceptions sometimes and inopportune times, but I don't think it's his fault. He changed the play from that scrimmage, and I don't think some of the other players can understand him because he's originally from New Orleans. He sounds like a crazy Cajun screaming over the crowd. He's like, "My interception, no? Sounds like Foghorn Leghorn taking a sack. I said, you chicken hog boy, yeah. I know some of you guys aren't sports fans. You're like, I don't think I'm going to like, Foghorn Leghorn, I like him. I know what I'm doing. I know my God. So one thing I like to do is I don't like to talk to people up front. You had the guts to sit up front. Thank you. I talk to people farther in the back. Let me, like the guy in the red shirt, is that your girlfriend, your wife, or third thing? Your wife. All right. How long you guys been married? It'll be a year tomorrow. You're tomorrow! Come on! So this is like an anniversary kind of weekend away? Have you ever been there before? Man, that's like romantic, right? It was for you. How do you feel so far? Has it worked out okay? I'm not talking to you anymore, sir. It's not all about you. I know. This was your dream. But I'd like to find out, you probably became more of a Superman fan because of being with him? Yeah, that's how it usually works. Not always. But sometimes. Okay, so, but it's probably been pretty cool, huh? Where are you guys from? You don't have to tell me this city or town. Oh, wow! That's where I live. You ever heard of me? Yeah, okay. Honestly, that's usually what happens at this point in the show. People are like, why is this guy not more famous? And I think the same thing. I'm going to explain why, okay? I'm going to explain why. I, as I mentioned, have played pretty much everywhere. I've been on TV. I write for TV still. But I have never moved to Los Angeles, New York. I grew up in Iowa. My grandfather is from Missouri. My grandmother is from Kentucky. My wife is from Illinois. And I live in Indiana. So we kind of got everything covered. Okay. And this is where I want to be. I love the Midwest. I love, this area. Now, you got to be in New York or LA to become famous, though. My friend moved to New York recently. He's like, dude, you need to come to New York. I'm like, sorry, man, it's just not my scene. He's like, well, it's a city that never sleeps here. I'm like, I'm in my 40s. Sleep is the thing I value most. That sounds terrible. And we got our own cities that never sleep around here, right? Yeah. It's because of meth. I mean, yeah. Sorry, Jimbo, we gotta admit the truth. See, I say inappropriate stuff sometimes. So, my buddy from Los Angeles was like, dude, come to LA. I'm like, the traffic on 24 here was making me crazy. Do you think I'd have any luck? He's like, yeah, but it's 72 degrees here almost every day, bro. Hard one to refute, right? Yeah. He's like, yeah, that's why last year when your winter sucked so bad, remember I used to call you and tell you our forecast? I'm like, I do remember that. Here's something I don't think I've ever shared with you. Every time that CNN ever shows a canyon fire or a mudslide, or, an earthquake, I'm always dreaming at your house. I'm sure that with you. Because that's a passive-aggressive rage. That's what that is from flyover country. Okay, so you guys been Married for a year, that's nice. Probably not the best message you're going to hear. I don't think marriage works. I don't. And I can say this because I've been with my wife for 27 years. But it used to work. Back in the 1800s. When people married when they were 20 and they died when they were 45. That's what evolution meant us to do. Now let's see if I can find these here. Because I don't think here they are. Evolution and scientific discoveries work very well together. Example, when you reach your, those glasses. That's not going together. Now, when you reach your 40s, you guys are younger, you don't know this yet. If your eyesight hasn't waned, it often goes when you're in your 40s. That's why to see like writing and things like that, I have to wear these things, okay? Now, they're so prevalent that they're kind of Clark Kent-like, that's why I like it, by the way. But in England, they call reading glasses 42s. That's how often that's the case. Now, I mention this because I think that was evolution or God or whatever's way of keeping people in marriages. Because now they have like LASIK surgery, and you come home, and you look at your partner, and you're like, oh my God, what has happened to you? And your partner's like, have you looked in the mirror? You're like, oh my Lord, our family just went to pot. So at this point, you get on that hamster wheel trying to stay young, and people get Botox and plastic surgery, but that only works for a while, right? Because it appears like when you watch TV, there's no guy over 50 that can maintain an erection without a pill. And ladies, you got your own issues. It's called menopause. Let's just say, I don't know, let's keep it classy, I don't know. Lucy's not quite so juicy. That's what I was just saying. Can I say that out loud? It's about as bad as it's going to get. You don't see that commercial during the NFL, do you? Might be a creep. Now, they have another one, though, I watched on TV, Cialis for daily use. I asked my wife, I'm like, what do you think? Should I get it? She's like, yeah, knock yourself out. Oh, really? She's like, yeah, but let me share, make sure you're clear. You know what's not for daily use? Me. That's what not for daily use. So enjoy your year of bliss. You'll be left for a long time. I think it's 15 years. I don't think my wife even knows me anymore. Look, I don't blame them. This is like church for them. It's never dude, yeah, you do. Long-haired dude. Well, I'm not living right next to it. Is that your kids, bro? Right there, Batman, shirt? Those are your kids? Nieces. Do you have any kids? That really? Wow. How old were you when you had your kids? 20? Yeah. That's cool. And then those are your nieces, and those are your kids. Yellow Superman, is that you? Yeah. I understand. Don't worry about it. You're doing good. Are you hanging in there, sweetie? How old are you? Yeah, the girl, the little girl.
She's 5.
She's 5. All right, cool. Okay. You can probably learn a lot. I wish my parents would have been in this school. Now, my wife, I wanted one child. That was it. Like you do. Did you just have the one, or did you have more? 20-year-old guy. 2. Yeah.
I got a 21-year-old also.
Yeah. See, here's what happened. We tried for over 3 years, and we had no luck. If you try for over 3 years, month after month, it's no longer romantic. You're not drinking red wine for foreplay. You're drinking Red Bull to stay awake. So at this point, we tried in vitro fertilization. Now, if you're not aware, my job is very easy in this process. It's like golf. I just have to get it in a cup. That's what all I have to do. Kind of work around 5-year-olds with that. Pretty good, right? So I went to the clinic, felt confident I was going to have success. Mistake though, forgot to turn off my cell phone. Walk in the door, phone rings, pep talk, one person I don't want to hear from, my mom. True story. She's like, oh honey, I'm so excited to be a grandma. I'll be thinking of you when you're in the room. Oh Lord in heaven. Oh my gosh. I've been trying to pretend the whole life, don't even know I shake the dice. Oh. I'm talking hairless. Hairless, actually. What a band there. I don't know what that means. But from this amazing science came the love of my life, my beautiful daughter, Maddie. Now, 20-year-old dude, son of guy. Oh, you're not, are you 20 now?
He's 23.
23, okay, but, yeah, okay, you don't have any kids, right?
Yeah, I got one.
Man, what's the deal with you guys? Didn't Dad go, keep it in the pants or anything? It didn't have that. That's okay, you probably have a beautiful child, it's all working out, right? Yeah, that's awesome. Were you in the delivery room?
Yeah.
Good for you. Gotta be careful when you're in that delivery room, though. Because the nurse tricked me. She was like, Mr. Long, the head's crowning, take a look. I went for a second, like, oh my Lord. Whew. Don't make me do that again. No, I mean it. I love that place. And I have big plans to visit it again. There's some good stuff happening back there. I'll try to work around this, children, all that. So, here's something else I'll share. When you're in the delivery room, our job's easy. Men have it made the whole time, right, ladies? Ladies have to go through all the tough stuff. Yeah, it's true. Example, even in the delivery room, here's your job. Push, push, you can do it. Push, push. That's about it. But, like I said, then I learned something, though, in that delivery room. Toughest thing in the world. Because, well, here's how I describe it. My whole life, I discovered I had been misusing the word. Because whenever a friend of mine was being a wuss or a sissy, I would call him a word that rhymes with wussy. And I learned that day in that delivery room, the toughest thing in the world is that word. They are undefeated. They cannot be beat. So guys, next time you're with one of your friends, you're like, man, I tore it up last night. No, you did not. Sorry. Sorry, my friend. I have seen torn up. We are not capable. So yeah, I didn't want to lose that joke for most of you. So I worked around and I hope you're okay. We all survive that one? Thank you. Thank you. Here's another thing they don't tell you. When you have a child, that child has to reach certain milestones. And my girl Maddie was beautiful, sweet, super happy baby. But by 15 months, she was not walking, talking, or even crawling. So we started getting nervous. We started having tests after tests. And at some point, year 2, she was diagnosed with autism. Now, I'm not going to pretend that wasn't a punch to the stomach, because I had these dreams and fantasies of what my daughter was going to achieve. And then I'm being told, well, there's a good chance, Scott, that she will never marry or hold a full-time job, and she will probably live with you the rest of her life. Now, I wish I could say I handled it well, but I did not. I felt sorry for myself. I was no superhero. I just moped around. Fortunately, I had what you might call an epiphany, though. At that point, I'm like, wow, these are not her dreams and fantasies. These are mine that I'm placing on this little girl. If I want to step up and be a real man, I need to help her live her dreams and fantasies. Yeah, thank you. Thank goodness I caught this. So the guy that wanted one child went back to the clinic because I wanted to have another child to be there to look after Maddie. Well, we would be no longer able to do that. And I went to the clinic, and this time the clinic goes, hey, surprise, you're going to have twins. Yeah, that's not funny. They were not the Wonder Twins, I can tell you that. You were like 20s, you guys having kids. 40, twins, too old. Thank God my wife's 19. That part works out. That's a joke. My wife is 39. But I treat her like a trophy wife. Thank you. Yeah. 9th place. And I do lose a gender on that joke. I had a woman come up and she said, "You better watch it, buddy. Your wife finds out about that joke, you'll get no romance in your life." I'm like, I got baby twins. A girl with special needs. Sex is like sushi at Long John Silver's. It is not on the menu. So, what I will share with you is that you can't be great parent with twins. You got a good is going to be the best you can do. Does anyone have twins here tonight? They have any? No twins? Good for you. So you wouldn't have time to even come here. This is passive. Example why I'm just a good dad, not a great dad. Here's one. My wife was changing my son's diaper one day. She's like, "You know, I've noticed the past couple weeks, every time I change Samuel's diaper, he gets all excited below." I'm like, "Yeah, that's sweet. Here's something I don't think you've contemplated. If you were to take a cool wipe to me, and then rub my butt with cream, ooh, I think you'll get similar results." If you don't believe me, let's role play that right now. Seems like everybody's having a good time. The Amish beard guy and his brother. Not having a good time, I'm sorry. I can't tell if this guy's having a good time. He's laughing his butt off, but he's got his arms crossed. Which would tell me you're not, buddy, but maybe you've just got tender nipples. I don't know what's going on. It's the drying shaving season, it is. Be comfortable. Thank you. I was a cool guy. You can't be a cool guy with 3 kids. Top, the thing that just finally finished it for me. I had a Jeep. You can't get 3 car seats in a Jeep. I had traded in for a minivan. Yeah, don't judge me, 23-year-old dude. It's a top-of-the-line minivan, bro. It's called the Honda Emasculator. It's got a special power. The feature is you get in a driver's seat, a hand gently grabs your man parts, removes them, and puts them in the glove compartment. Because they are no use when you're the pilot of this green-killing machine. It's no BMW, it's a BM. That's how I feel about it. So 23-year-old dude, were you born in what, 91 or 92? 92, okay. So you ever get behind some old guy on the highway or the interstate, and you're like, "Move it, man, I got places to go." Happens. Don't worry about it. It does. You've got endorphins. They're going. I figured out recently why these old guys are driving slowly. They are in no hurry to get home. That is what's going on. I know. Sorry, maybe get you up, old guys. I'm sorry. Let's figure it out. Now, something I will share with you is that when you have a child with a disability, you need to be like 3 steps ahead. That's what I share. Example, I got my kids a dog. I named him Angus, which I thought was a great name for a black lab, but I forgot that my daughter Maddie could not pronounce her G's. So for you spellers out there, Angus was not a good name after all. Oh, and this story gets progressively worse. Then I get a call from her teacher one day. So the day, Mr. Long, we were discussing things that we love to play with. True story. That was the day I met Child Services. And that was a story where I had to teach. My girl has brought joy to my life. Okay? Here's an example where I did not plan ahead, but it all worked out. Okay, here's what happens. Maddie is 10 now. She's this 5 foot tall, blonde haired, blue eyed, beautiful girl, but developmentally she's more like a 4 or 5 year old. So what happens is she loves to go shopping. I went with her, and I went into a store, one of those stores where I probably am too old. When I'm in there and I'm trying on an extra large t-shirt that fits like a medium. Okay, so, and I never know what she's going to do. So I keep her with me. And I'm in the dressing room, and I'm like, honey, I don't know if this shirt fits. Hang out for about 5 seconds. Daddy's going to go around the corner and check the big mirror. I'm not gone 5 seconds. All of a sudden, streaker comes flying by. It's Maddie, just wearing her underpants. Racing through the store. Now, if you're not aware, probably haven't figured this out, in the current climate that we live in, really frown upon for a middle-aged guy to try to chase down a half-naked 10-year-old girl in public. So I had to make a split-second decision. And my decision was, hey, she's having a good time, let her wear herself out. That was my decision. Okay? I said, I don't know if I always make good decisions, but that was my decision that time. And I had never made a better decision in my life. Because here's what happened. All these shoppers that are tired and stressed out and couldn't stand the throbbing techno music that was pumping in the store started laughing. They weren't laughing at my girl. They were laughing with her because they could feel her spirit. The kind of spirit and just pure joy that we could never tap into anymore. Life has gotten in the way of that. One person did not like it, though. Mr. Guy working behind the counter, looked like he was the homecoming king. You know. He comes up to me, he's like, can you do something about her? I'm like, what's your name, bro? Topher? Okay, Topher. Congratulations, first off. Looks like life has turned out great for you. You're such a little narcissist, you know. I'm unaware. Life's not quite so easy for my daughter. So for the next minute or so, you're going to chill the hell out. Because six-pack abs do not beat angry dad with an attitude. That was the day I became a great dad. It's just sometimes you have to wait for a situation to happen in life. And I'm not trying to be a motivational speaker, but I think the thing that's always been so great about every superhero movie I've ever seen is something traumatic happens, an event, and then somehow goodness comes in. It might take a while, but it happens. And I always feel like that's how we need to behave in our own lives, because you're not going to learn anything from the greatest moments. Just enjoy them. They're fun. Where you're going to learn things is the tough times, and that's brought me things that I never had before. Like I grew up in this very awful situation with my dad, but and I was just very defensive, and I would make fun of everyone. And my daughter taught me, what am I doing? I'm getting in the way of so much joy in life. Let people be different. That's what's wonderful about this planet. And honestly, there's a lot of different people here this weekend. But this is the one place where you're kind of all normal. The different people are the ones that are walking around normal. And that doesn't seem fun. Okay, now, you're 20, you're 23, you said? Did your dad ever give you the birds and the bees song?
Not really.
Not really. Considering your success rate, seems like maybe he didn't. I'm just going to tell you, I'm concerned about this myself, because your dad was young, he could give the good talk. I'm going to be in my 50s when I have to give the birds and the bees. What am I going to say? How am I going to relate to a 12-year-old? Hey, buddy, don't eat anything spicy before the big moment. Don't need your acid reflux to do it right. Oh, for goodness sakes, make sure she's on top. You don't want to hurt your back. Really, honestly, that's... Now, something I do want to share is that people, I've already told you where my favorite place to perform is, Las Vegas. The place I'm most at home, this part of the country. But I enjoy most places I go. Probably my least favorite place to perform is New Jersey. Do we have anybody from New Jersey? I'm sorry. You guys look like you're having a good time. The place I was at was right on the Jersey Shore. Are you guys from the Jersey Shore? Okay, well then none of this will seem unreal to you. It was like the whole crowd was the Jersey Shore and the Jersey Housewives. It seemed like that was all. And this guy comes up to me, he's like, "Hey boy, you're funny." I'm like, "Thanks, bro." He's like, "Yeah, you say it from the Midwest, huh?" I'm like, "Yeah, probably." He's like, "Yeah, people are nice there, but they're kind of soft." I'm like, "Dude, you ever been?" Like, you guys have been. You've been places, right? This is the first time you've ever been in the Midwest, though? No, you've lived all over. You've been all over. I'm like, "Well, let me tell you about us in the Midwest. We're the ones who, grow most of the food. We're the ones who build most things in the factories. Truthfully, we're the ones who fight a lot of the wars. We're not really soft. We're kind of the badasses of this country. The country falls apart without us. And Flower Country is much of a mess." Okay, so. And that's when I decided I need to make a shirt that celebrates us in the Midwest. And it's this one right here. Straight out of the Cornstalk Ghetto, right here. And after the show, I'm going to be selling them. I've got them in small through, XXX. And I also have a comedy CD. I don't think I brought it up here. But it's called Scott Long, Good Dad, Not a Great Dad. About half the stuff you heard, another half more R-rated. I'm going to be honest, the Jersey people would like it. It's way too soft for Jersey. I mean, that's the one thing I do like. And it's $10, and I've got a deal where if you buy a shirt and a CD for $25, I will not only cut you $5 off the price of both, but $5 of those dollars will also go to the charity that we're trying to raise money for this theater, which is right by everything else. How awesome would it be if you guys come back and there'd be this beautiful theater and we could do a show? That'd be cool. So, yeah, that'd be great. So, 25 for that. I also have another shirt because another reason that's great about living in where I do, like when I go to LA especially, I'm like obese. Because people are so thin there. But here I'm like Midwest anorexic here. But there's a reason why we're having here. There's so much good food. I mean, where's bacon made? Right around here. That's why I made a shirt. The first time I've ever sold this shirt is tonight. I just came up with this idea. People seem to really love it so far. We'll see if you guys do. Sexy as bacon. Right here. Yeah. I was going to have it say sexy like bacon because there's really nothing sexy as bacon. But it fit better on a t-shirt. So those shirts are $22, and if you want to buy a CD with it, oh, there it is. Where's the CD? Scott Long, Good Dad, Not a Great Dad. I'm reading to my twins. They're 5 in this picture. And I'm reading 50 Shades of Grey. I think that was probably a mistake now that I realize. If you can see right here, that is 50 Shades of Grey. That's my daughter. Mallory seems like she's ready to have a heart attack, so I'm inappropriate. What happened is I'll have them right over here if you want to buy one, but if you don't, come by and say hi either way. We're going to have this awesome auction, so but I will be back there for like 5 or 10 minutes selling the shirts while the auction's going on. Now what I will tell you is, if you buy 2 shirts for 40, let's do 45, 2 shirts, and the CD, I'll still donate the money to it. So either way, 25 or 45, either way. Now, a couple things before I leave. Do me a favor, keep coming back to this amazing festival. Here, I didn't know anything about this. I spent my whole afternoon just walking around. It was awesome. I'm going to bring my family back here. This is a great thing. Really. We've got really wonderful people here. And I want to thank you guys for being such a great audience. I really appreciate that. I know you've been wanting to do this for a long time. Here's your chance. Give it up for me. I'm Scott Long. Thank you guys so much. Good night.